Hi, my name's Tony Surry. I'm coming to you from my home in a little village called Fundersley, which is on the north shore of the River Thames, about 30 miles east of London. Very nice afternoon it is as well. This is more or less a short video. No animals were harmed in the making of this video, and if you may be aware as there are no commercial breaks, so if you need to go anywhere, this is a good time before it starts. More or less my take on the law of attraction. You may agree with some of what I say, you may disagree with some of what I say. The main thing is to keep what you like and throw out the rest. You may have mentioned, or you may have seen on my Facebook page where I inserted a little message, bear in mind the last 6 letters of the law of attraction. Now, unless you're a Trappist monk, probably most people have seen the film The Secret, which was a very, very effective film, and it's been around the globe several times. It's been around for, well, 2-3 years now. And the fundamentals of it all are you attracting to your life consciously or subconsciously what you have in your life right now. In other words, whatever you've got at the moment, you have either by default or by intention got what you have in your life, i.e. relationships, where you live, the sort of job you have, occupation you've got, the sort of money you've got in your bank account or in your wallet or purse. But the thing to bear in mind is that some of these things have actually come to you subconsciously. Now, for those of you who aren't too aware of the difference between the conscious level, which is like we are at the moment, we have to bear in mind that there is a deeper level, which is the subconscious mind. I tend to liken it to, if you like, an iceberg. You've got the piece of the iceberg which is sticking out above the surface of the ocean, and as you probably know, about 9/10 of it are underneath the ocean, which is a huge amount of it that is, shall we say, not visible from the surface of the ocean. And of course you've got the ocean surrounding it. And I tend to look at it as though the conscious is the bit sticking out the top, the unconscious is, or subconscious, is the bit below, and the ocean is more or less the complete, shall we say, collective consciousness, whatever you wish to call it. But we are all connected by the conscious, subconscious and the collective consciousness. Some people call it the unified field, some people call it whatever you want to call it. But obviously, if we focus our attention on the things that we do want rather than the things that we don't want, you're more likely to attract it, because it's everything is based on vibrations. As they say, birds of a feather flock together. The only thing I have a problem with, and no doubt somebody will tell me, is that like poles repel each other under magnetic laws, and obviously opposites attract. So there's an answer to that somewhere, so if you want to drop by my Facebook page and tell me what the answer to that is, I would appreciate it. But we go through our life with these, shall we say, these wants, needs, musts, desires, everything else on a conscious level, and we have to actively work at focusing our energy, attention on the things that we want and not on the things that we don't want. And this is unfortunately some of the problems that people have. People have a great deal of difficulty understanding that everything in their life they have attracted into their life, whether they wanted it or not. And some people have a hard time getting their head around that. But bear in mind, a lot of it is coming through from the attraction that's going on in the subconscious mind. Now, we could have a conflict here where our conscious mind is thinking, give me a Maserati, and our subconscious is saying, I don't think so. So you've got to somehow bring up from your subconscious mind some limiting belief that is preventing you from getting exactly what you want. Now, that is easier said than done, but it's something that you have to consciously work at, because if you haven't got what you desire at a conscious level, then obviously something is in conflict to my mind as to what is creating the problem. Otherwise it would be in front of you right now. So, I mean, things don't happen immediately, but they will be drawn towards you. I tend to take the view that working on the subconscious mind and beyond, because the answer to everything in my mind is in the subconscious and obviously the unified field. I always tend to think of, I've recently had a newborn baby in the general family, and a number of books have said that a child up to the age of 6 absorbs everything around it, obviously using all the 5 senses and beyond, and that goes directly into the subconscious mind. And that may be where an awful lot of these beliefs, or self-limiting beliefs, I mean, if the belief in your subconscious is serving you, then obviously you need to keep it. That you need to extract the ones that aren't, and you need to actually air them, painful as though it may be, and remove them. And obviously replace, because the nature, as we know, abhors a vacuum, we need to replace that missing belief with a fresh, brand new, spanking, polished new belief. And over time you will develop that, and obviously as we progress in our own personal development, we will attract more and more things that we actually desire. But a lot of people tend to focus on the money. It's not necessarily the money, it's you're really focusing on what that money means, i.e. if you want a Maserati, focus on a Maserati. If you wanted a particular house, then obviously you'd identify that in its greatest detail, but not necessarily focus on, well, it's a £5 million, whatever it is, house. Don't focus on the money, focus on the item. Same with relationships. You focus on, you know, what you do want, don't focus on what you don't want. Anyway, that was my short take on law of attraction, and as I say, it's only a short movie. Anybody got any comments? As I say, drop by the Facebook and leave me a comment on the wall. And you have a good day, and the last 6 letters of the law of attraction, as you may have figured out by now, is action, A-C-T-I-O-N. It's not a lot of good sitting there thinking to yourself, well, if I keep thinking, affirming, wishing, hoping, dreaming for something to come to me, then they're going to take your furniture away, basically. Compliments to James Ray for that theory. So you have to get into action. You may say, well, what action do I need to take? Well, your subconscious is very good at triggering, giving you little nudges that you need to be going in a particular direction or doing a particular article. In the meantime, you carry on more or less as you're normally doing, still focusing your energy and attention on what you do want, again, not on what you don't want, but your intuition, that little gut feeling, things begin to occur that take you in directions, and it is a good idea to follow those directions. You get better at it as time progresses, but you have to take action. Nothing happens unless action happens. That's all for now. Speak to you later.